Oh, if I knew. I'm trying hard to make you see. All that you are is all that I need. I know that it's a secret, I'm not gonna keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on. I know that it's a secret, I'm not gonna keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on. won't I mention her, you hear?
Bueno, sí, no, fronter. Un teleprompter, sí, para que me pase un ahora. Esperamos un poquito que vamos a lanzar un vídeo y ahora, en cuanto acabe el vídeo...
Sonríe, que te están haciendo fotos para que salga. Es máquina y no hace resulta. Baina, ez, nengo...
Bueno,
Pórtate bien. Le echan la bronca todo el rato. Qué rollo. Ya estaría. Voy a hablar de ella y... a tope, todo el rato.
Hola, San Sebastián.
Hello, San Sebastian. Good morning, how are you?
It's my 342nd day on Duolingo for Spanish, but I decided to do it in English today, you know. Anyway, a warm welcome from my side. I'm super happy to be back this year. It's always a pleasure because change is every year, right? Change is faster, change is higher, change is newer, and hopefully change is shinier and for our own good, and we will see this today. We're going to explore this in this audiovisual world. And change and technologies are actually helping new narratives and also new business models. And we're going to explore this today. And for this, in this context, Zinemaldia and Technology represent a real strategic investment of the Festival of San Sebastian, the Film Festival of San Sebastian, which is aiming to position themselves, and I can say because I'm traveling a lot, and it has this reputation because Zinemaldia and Technologia is really like known everywhere now. And I even can see where the tech startups have been all over the place in all the festivals. So it's a great place to be to reflect. And you will see also, there are new things this year. I'm going to tell you a little bit more later, but for now, I would like to introduce you to our guests. And I mean, our guests are actually all directors. First of all, of course, the film festival director, José Luis Rebordinos, San Sebastián Festival director. Then we have Ruben Otero of Tecnalia, e-service business area director, also a director. Then we have Maria Teresa Linaza. She's director of institutional development and promotion. Exactly, another director. Leire Madariaga from the Basque government, director of digital transformation and entrepreneurship, right? And last but not least, Yara Ayuka, Marketing Policy Director at the Spanish Film and Audiovisual Arts Institute. So I leave you with 5 directors for the introduction. Enjoy, and I will see you in 10 minutes, right? You make it in 10 minutes? Yes, good. Okay, see you.
Buenos días, muchas gracias.
Good morning, and thank you very much for attending. I'll be very brief because I have to leave you in a little while, but I don't need to explain to you what is the importance of new technologies applied to the audiovisual world. Since 2018, we were interested by technology matters in Zinemaldia. When we knew as a festival with Icon-Tech and Tecnalia, we had to go hand in hand. But we met people who were experts, and we decided to work together. And this marriage has been very, very good. It's working perfectly well. Today, I'd like to welcome you, to thank you. Thank you first. Thanks to the Basque government, which wanted to promote the industry activities in this festival. Thank you to Icon-Tech and Tecnalia. Thank you to SPRI and ALIA, friends in this journey. And thanks to the Ministry of Culture and ESEX. In 2019, we created the Zinemaldia Startup Challenge with startups and new companies, and the ISEX has been accompanying us. So this is an all-encompassing project. That's the Spanish screenings with the Festival of Malaga. And it started thanks to European funds. Thank you to all the institutions here. Without them, the development of this project would be impossible. Thank you very much to all the participants today. Excuse me, apologies because I cannot stay. I have many other places to go today. Thank you. I'm not going to be very original because I'm just going to thank José Luis Rebordinos. This started in 2018, 7 years ago. Frankly, I thought this was impossible. It was an impossible project. Let's see what happens. And then next year we'll see. But in fact, it has continued for 7 years. We've crossed the pandemic. And I think it's a consolidated event in the festival. Thank you to the festival, to the institutions. Thank you, José Luis. Thank you for promoting and supporting the projects. We are technology centers, and this is useful to promote technology because that's our job. And more specifically, AI and the generative AI, which is the core of today's event, because part of the projects have AI, generative AI as their core business, and then we will have a round table, and I encourage you to participate. Last but not least, to the companies, businesses, and entrepreneurs, I'd like to say congratulations. It's not easy to be here. More than 60 projects applied for this event, so it's a small success to be here today. Enjoy, even though you might not win the prize, but anyway, enjoy. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here.
And they were great, especially in the international park. They mainly focus on what Ruben has said, just AI, Gen AI, and also natural language processing. En la parte nacional,
for the national part, the topics have been using a different approach with creative business models and with many technology challenges. And during the pitches, I suppose the jury will give its comments, and we have assessed the projects, and we will share our feedback. I'd like to thank the assessors, part of Vicomtech, part of the Basque government, but there are many, many projects, very interesting indeed, and we always want to give you positive feedback. Thank you very much to the festival for allowing us to take part in this event with so many interesting people around. Thank you.
Bueno, mi turno.
It's my turn. Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you. Thank you for being here. Zinemaldia and Technology, that's the title. And this is the Startup Challenge, which is a consolidated event. I agree with all that you said, but I'd like to explain why we're here. We belong, and I represent in the Basque government, the industry department. You know that in the Basque country, industry is our DNA. But often we think that this is an industry with chimneys and factories, but we are evolving towards other types of industries. Cinema is an industry, the audiovisual world is an industry too, and culture is an industry, health is an industry, sports is an industry. And we should mention many other areas in life which are industry. Thank you to José Luis, to the Zinemaldia, the festival. Thank you for having given us the opportunity 6 years ago to take part, to be partners, to this experience that is now a strong experience and has helped us to open up our minds in order to apply new technologies to the audiovisual sector and how AI is applied to our sector. I'd like to thank and encourage the value of SPRI, our development agency, and our SPRI in the Basque Country with the cooperation of the province of Guipúzcoa, because we've been assessing the projects. And now I have to read. I like to quote Gloria Steinman, U.S. activist for the rights of women. She said, "Nobody is more expert than the person who's living something." For us as an institution, the fact of supporting these initiatives and events is very important and significant so that experts can live this type of experiences. Thank you very much. Have a very good day and see you soon. I would like to thank the festival, but especially the industry department, Sayua Rivas, José Manuel Arias. You understood perfectly well what this meant, what was the spirit behind Spanish screenings, an initiative that was launched several years ago to listen to the sector's expectations. And we wanted to be closer to the people in the sector, to the audiovisual sector, and to answer their questions and starting to support companies and startups in the new technology sector, because everything is changing so fast. We are now developing an ethics guide for AI, because beyond the support and of the use of new tools, I think ethics are a fundamental pillar. AI tools are okay, but they need to be used in a responsible way. Things evolve so rapidly, and the only way to control all this is with responsibility, to being aware of the ethics. So congratulations to all the selected projects. You are all entrepreneurs, you are state-of-the-art, and I hope this will be a very fruitful day. Thank you very much for being here.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to present you the rest of the program. Oh, okay, yeah, you can, yes, you can leave, and then it's better to be in the audience, actually, right? It's okay, I am adapting to everything. Please go on, you know, it's totally good. Because now I have a little bit of time to tell you a little bit more about what's happening. So let's go now into the challenge. We want to know what's going to happen. And it's a startup challenge, and I want to present you how it's going to work. So, as we know, we have 10 technology projects, 5 from Spain and 5 from European countries, from different countries. I will present them to you a little bit later. They are competing for the Zinemaldia Startup Challenge, which is a competition for entrepreneur and recently founded startups which are applying new technologies for the audiovisual sector. So, we're going to have this. After that, we're going to have this great discussion about AI. We're going to have a roundtable. Who was here last year? We had already a roundtable for AI. Who was here? Yeah, you were there? Raise your hands. Who was here last year? Yeah, so it's a following. Last year we had friend or enemy or something like that. I mean, I have 2 years of conferences with friend of enemy, ally or foe, or muse or devil, you know, I had it all, but now we are going further rather in the debate. We want to know, does it help us? Are we going to do something which is helping us here in the audiovisual sector? So this is what we're going to discuss later on. Does generative AI help us lead a better life? And we're going to have 3 wonderful guests. I will present them to you later on. After this, they're going to be, of course, the cocktail. I'm going to tell you more about this later. But the new thing also, I told you there were a couple of new things. You have the opportunity to request meeting with the project selected in the Zinemaldia Startup Challenge. And you can have these meetings this afternoon at the Industry Club at the Kursaal Center. So that's a good opportunity to dig into the details, get to know them properly, check what they want, and see if you have business connections. I mean, you want to do business, right? I mean, it's not only to have nice, shiny startup. We need this technology, so let's see where we can apply it. Talking of which, let's have a look at what happened with the great startups we had in the last years. Some of them I see at every festival, Pentopics. I saw them everywhere, EFM, the Cannes, and I don't know, at every possible festival, Mediatek Hub. Anyway, in 2021, we had Kinetics, which is now in beta, which has closed a significant round of funding and has signed deals with the BBC and TF1 in France. Not bad. In 2022, we had Motmo Pro, yes, exactly. They are now on the market, and they also have closed a really great round of investment, so they are doing good. I mean, it's really like a springboard here, right? And we have also a Hype Rate last year, and we have even the winner here, because she's on the jury here. They have significantly increased the number of their participants, the users of the applications, by 10,000 or something. I may say though, right? Yeah. So that is great. So, and I wanted to say here, everybody is a winner. Why? Not only it brings you the visibility, it puts you on the festival circuit in the technology, which is great, but both the winning projects of the Spanish and the international competition receive an award of 10K. It's not bad, right? But also the 10 finalists will get the possibility of 1 year of free access in an incubation space at one of the Basque Innovation Centers, the BICs, in the network of the Basque Technology Parks. They get also access to funding, 500K, of which 60K is non-refundable. This is really good. This is thanks to the BIC network of the Basque country, and it is both brought together with the Basque Government Department of Industry, Energetic Transition and Sustainability. So that's it for the challenge and what they get. Now, we want to know who are those who are actually deciding who wins. We want to know. So there are 2 independent juries, one for the Spanish competition, one for the international competition, let's say the European competition. And we also have a new jury because there is a new prize. This is also new this year. I promised you some new stuff. There is a special mention of entrepreneurship, which is great, with 3K, not bad to have it on top, to recognize the entrepreneurial values of the project. One of the 10 selected projects will get this acknowledgement. So let me tell you actually now, who is the jury for this special jury, special prize, okay? Some of them are here. I want you to stand up. So we have Ainoa Aispuru from the project director for the Basque Innovation Center in Gipuzkoa. Ainoa, are you here? Yes, exactly. Please stand up so that the people can see you. We have Agustina Lumi, business development consultant at Usheru. This is great, yes. And we have Norbes Yaras, the CEO of Alena Production. So they are here. So if you want to show your entrepreneurial values, have a look at here, right? This is them, right? So for the European project jury, because we're going to start with the European project jury, I told you already the CEO of HypeRate.io, the winner of last year, is here with us, Enrique Wagner, here in the first row. We have next to Enrique, we have Sten Christian Saluver, head strategic advisor and head of Cannes Next, or the Marché du Film in Cannes, and we have Silva Boy, the innovation manager of Zinemaldia. So if you are a European startup, and they are, yeah, you'd better be good, right? Okay, but you're good, so that's good. So let's start. Are you ready, startups? Yes? Good. So I am the CTO, meaning Chief Time Officer, right? So you have 6 minutes, you've been trained, no? 6 minutes. With 5 minutes, I'm going to move here, and I will be here. It means you have 1 minute left. At 6 minutes, I push you off the stage, okay? So you'd better be ready. Ready? First one, David Gregory, first pitching, Filmanize. I love the name, Filmanize. I want to hear everything about it. They use AI to streamline film in pre-production. They analyze scripts. David, you're going to tell us everything. Where are you? Yes, great. The stage is yours. Hold on. I will start in a second. Please, go on stage. Yes. And then I put my timer on 6 minutes. Let's go.
Hi, my name's Dave. I'm the CTO and founder of Filmanize. I'm a software developer with 25 years experience. My passion is filmmaking. Filmanize is an affordable film production management tool aimed at the indie market, which incorporates AI to streamline workflows. It makes it easy to go from script to call sheet as easy as possible. I've always been interested in filmmaking and started to put it into practice when I joined a local filmmaking club about 12 years ago. Through that, and friends I've made along the way, I've worked on around 50 films, from one shot in an evening to features. My roles have varied from camera op, first AC, to location sound, sometimes at the same time. It's while working on one of these films, I came to realize that creating call sheets wasn't as easy and accurate as it could be. As a software developer, I thought there must be a way to help automate this process, rather than just using Excel. After talking to friends who had produced these films, I started working on a solution in my spare time, using technical knowledge I'd gained working on my day job. Initially, it was just going to be a project for those friends to use. But after looking at the market, I realized there was a gap for a more affordable, easy-to-use solution. The obvious users are first ADs and producers, but Filmanize also aims to make it easy for writer-directors to get their film made, be it suggesting how many days it takes to shoot their script or to get an idea of the budget. Filmanize has too many features to cover here, so I'll highlight just a few of them. It all starts with the user uploading their script, using a variety of industry-standard formats. It then uses GPT to break down the script, saving a laborious manual process. We all know AI isn't 100% perfect yet, so Filmanize makes it easy for the user to fix any miscategorizations. Filmanize makes it easy to find actors and crew by providing links to popular services like Mandy, Backstage, and Star Now. When searching on those sites, the details entered into Filmanize are automatically pre-populated on the relevant site, saving duplicating the search parameters. When searching for a location, Filmanize automatically adds the nearest hospital and gives the option to find the closest parking. To help with budgeting, Filmanize includes actor and crew union rates for the UK with other countries on the roadmap. In my experience, the films I've worked on, you often know who you want to work with. The challenge is finding when everyone, including locations, are available. To that end, Filmrise gathers cast and crew availability directly from them. This information is then easily accessible within the site, making it simple to plan shooting schedules for each scene. Filmrise creates an optimized shooting schedule based on the configurable number of pages that can be shot in a day, along with minimizing location changes. The user can then manipulate this to suit their needs, rather than starting from a blank slate. The call sheet is then generated from all the information already entered. It includes hourly weather and sunrise, sunset information automatically. It can then be sent to all cast and crew with progress tracking for each person, so the user can see who's actually received, read, and confirmed receipt of the call sheet. Filmrise uses one of the fastest and scalable databases, along with the quickest front-end technologies, to make sure moving around the site is as slick as possible. The site is hosted in Azure using security best practices, and we are lucky enough to be part of the Microsoft for Startups Founders Initiative. We may not have as many users as some of the other products here, not least because marketing has been limited to a few forum posts, but growth has been consistent since we launched the beta 2 years ago. We have 402 users, 387 films between them, and 101 shooting days have been scheduled. Users are distributed across 60 countries. We have the usual suspects at the top, but we're seeing an increase in African countries. As you may be aware, there are other similar products on the market, so I want to run through why there's a place in this market for Filmrise too. This is a comparison of just a few of the differences between them and Filmrise. Filmrise is the only one that gathers cast and crew availability. No, sorry. It's the only one that has AR script breakdown and call sheet generation. It's also the only one that gathers cast and crew availability directly from them. As you may be, other products are designed for experienced first ADs and producers, but we aim to make it easier and more accessible to users who have not produced a film before. Currently, while Filmrise in beta, it's free to use. The plan is to start charging when we go live later this year. Not only is it cheaper and has more lower tiers than the competition, users can also pause their subscription, so they don't have to pay between films. Feedback from Filmrise has been great, with many people saying they love using it. We plan to keep developing new features our users want based on their feedback using the inbuilt tool. We have a long roadmap, many of them minor improvements, but the major ones can be seen here. Thanks for your time, allowing me to present Filmrise to you.
Perfect timing. Wonderful. Come on, let's come closer to the jury who will probably have some questions for you. So I would put my timer on now on, say, 5 minutes, right? And then we can see if you have a, you need a microphone. Do we have some microphones for the jury also to be able to communicate? There we go. Here we are. Sorry, I thought you already had your microphone. So who would like to start?
You. I can go. Good morning, Dave. Thanks for a great presentation. Who's your sweet spot client? Who's the best client for this?
It probably is writer and directors, the kind of like indie market kind of people trying to get a film made that can't necessarily afford to have a first AD kind of thing. I say it's trying to make it as easy to use as possible, so you might not necessarily need to have a first AD.
Who's your team?
Well, I'm the only kind of permanent employee of the company, but I have a front-end developer that I employ when I need and a tester when I need. Work closely with a design agency, and I have like a lot of team behind me, like friends who will help me with all the marketing and presentation and things like that. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good
Enrique,
morning.
yeah.
Thanks for a great presentation. I would like to ask, so how's your subscription model working in detail? Because I saw that it was cheaper compared to others, but at 12 euro, I mean, there are others asking for 180. I mean, it's a really low entry point. Could you please explain it?
I think I kind of want to sell it as to more people at less price. So overall, we should get the same kind of income from it. I think because the other ones are aimed at higher level things, big budget films and stuff like that. So if they can think they can afford to pay that amount, charge that amount. But we want to have it, just make it more accessible to more people. I mean, I basically want to try and get this out to people so they can actually easy to make call sheets. And if I can make some money out the back of it, then that's a benefit. So yeah, just get to a break-even point, and then yeah.
Okay, understood. How big is the market in general? I mean, you're going directly to directors and writers and so on, the filmmakers. But how many of them can you actually address, and how many is it? Depending on, it's 12 euros per month. So how is it?
How big is the market?
Yeah.
Right. I had the stats somewhere, but I had to take it out because I didn't have time. But over the years, it's definitely increasing. Like the indie market, basically, I think it was almost 25% of revenue from films in general, like big blockbusters and indie, like 25% it was indie market. So I think it's sort of grown from like 5 years ago or something like that. So if that carries on like that, then that's kind of, my market.
But the people, because when you're basically, imagine that 25% of the whole overall market is indie films, but if this is made by 5 people, then you can actually only make 50 euros. So do you know how many people those are?
No, I haven't done that actual research into it. But yeah, I mean, based on film festivals and the people that go there, that it's kind of, maybe this one's a bit too high, the level, for probably the users that wouldn't be for this particular film festival, but there are a lot of lower level ones, and they're the kind of people that we're kind of aiming at.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, and thanks for the presentation. It was quite clear. I have 2 questions. The first one is, do you have a marketing strategy? Because we know that a lot of effort has been put in the developing of this system. But we know also that the marketing probably is more costly than the effort of developing. Do you have marketing strategies for that?
I think the short answer is no. I think that's kind of the level, that's where we are at the moment. And I think, like I said, we only got 400 and whatever users because we haven't really done any marketing at all yet. So I've been in consultation with a friend who does marketing, and we kind of form a strategy, but it's trying to balance producing features the users want and the marketing. Because as a small team, is trying to sort of get that just right. I think we're now sort of approaching the point where marketing is becoming more important. So going forward, we're going to have to create a strategy.
Mm-hmm. Make sure the second question is short, and a short answer. We only have a minute.
Yes, just the question. If I am one of the customers, you have to convince myself to buy your system. Use just 2 words to convince me. Which are the most competitive benefits that can convince myself to buy it?
Excellent question.
I have to think
you still have 35 seconds.
Easy and affordable. I think that's probably...
Cool.
Thanks. You have
wonderful.
10 seconds left. How many paying users do you have at the moment?
So also we're not charging at the moment, but we're planning to start charging later this year.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Fantastic. Thank you. Filmanize. Okay, we're going to go on. Second pitch, get ready. It will be Caspar K1. After the UK, it's Denmark. It's Esbjørn Kaspersen. And I want to discover, how do you empower filmmakers and editors with cutting-edge AI? Please, the stage is yours.
Hi, I am Esbjørn. I'm the CTO of Caspar AI, where we're creating the future of film editing. This one? Cool. There's a huge problem in the film industry. Shooting ratios are exploding. In 1960, Hitchcock filmed 5 hours of material to create a 1.5-hour film. Later on, film became less expensive, and for Apocalypse Now, the shooting ratio exploded. And now with the advent of digital cameras, it's just gone crazy. For Deadpool, over 600 hours of material was filmed to create the same length film as Psycho. And if you look at the TV industry, it's even more crazy. Their reality TV often has 20 cameras going 24/7, filming however much they can. And it's even worse because often there's only one editor and a couple of video editing assistants on a project, which means that they have to watch it themselves and have to take months just watching it. That's why we created Caspar K1, an AI-powered, intuitive natural language search and retrieval tool, which is integrated directly into Premiere on your machine. With this, you can just type in whatever shot you want, and we'll give you a timeline with everything that fits that description. You can decide how many shots you want, all of this. You don't need to know our language because we've tailored this to filmmakers, basically. We've trained our AIs to understand film language better than all of our competitors. We've also focused on montage. We don't want to just understand one image or one shot. We want to understand how does it fit into your story. That's what Caspar K1 does best. And this will eventually lead us to be able to edit rough cuts automatically. So you can just type in a description of your scene and we'll give it to you on a timeline. Of course, we'll probably not be as good as an actual editor, but that's the editor's job anyway. We just want to give them a kickstart. There's also another advantage of using us over all of our competitors, which is that we don't require any cloud. You don't have to upload anywhere. You can just download our app, analyze all your footage on your Mac with an M1 or M2, M3 chip, and then go. So you have total control over where your data actually is. You have total control over where it's shared and how many resources you want to spend on it. And we've made it like this because we are filmmakers. So my co-founders are a film director and a film producer. I'm a creative technologist. And the reason we created this product to begin with was that we wanted to make a film with AI. And we've actually shot this film and are releasing it later this year. So we've also developed it together with people from the film industry. We currently have 50 alpha users in our Discord channels who are all from various aspects of film or TV, who have really enjoyed using our tool. It helps them. It's amazing. We're also integrating into 2 major film studios, or TV production studios currently, and with pilot projects, and they are looking very much forward to using our tool. So the market is huge. This is the total media technology market is $1 trillion. But we're, of course, not focusing on that to begin with. We're focusing on the film and TV editing market, and specifically the log-in loaders who are actually doing this work manually right now. So, as I said before, editors and editing assistants have to look through it, but actually there's also log-in loaders and DITs who actually do this job. And often TV production houses have many of those sitting 24/7. It's also important for me to say right now, we're not trying to replace people, we're just trying to make their jobs easier. That's very, very important because I don't want to have an AI company that's taking jobs. And we're aiming to take 15% of this market. We're doing a freemium subscription model. So we're onboarding users on the free tier, and then we're ramping them up. And based on whether they're a production or a bigger client, we then have custom pricing for those. We have a tool that we are very happy with, that we see work in the industry, and now we want to push it. So we're asking for 500K to actually do sales and marketing for the tool, because currently all of our marketing has been organic through film festivals and other such events. Yeah, so try out our tool today. This will lead you to our website. You can find our LinkedIn and everything else there. Thank you.
Perfectly in time. You are, everybody is like really 6 minutes. This is great. Okay, great. Let's go to the questions, and I want also to integrate the other jury, by the way. So we have 6 people, 5 minutes. So give me your best questions, okay? The most urgent ones, the ones that you cannot live without an answer. So who would like to start after this introduction? Sten, sure.
So tell us about the languages. What languages work on this platform or not? Because a lot of over-the-counter stuff that's using other APIs and etc. is purely English.
Yeah, so I have to admit, currently we're purely English, but we are working with the production houses that we're integrating with to actually have Danish language work natively with them. And then with other clients, we want to train our models again. It's very important for me to also to say we're not an API call. Like, we're not just an integration with ChatGPT. We have custom trained our models. They're running on your machine. So it's very IP protected for us. Like, it's possible for us to IP protect.
You're not exactly the only one in this space. I can say around 5, but it's really like your USP. So many plugins for Premiere and everything else.
Well, I was just at IBC, where all of our competitors were lined up in front of me, and I could see all of them were cloud-based. All, like, they have on-premise offerings, of course, but none of them run locally on the machines. So we are actually targeting individual editors also. Like, they can carry our product around to different productions and actually upsell it into the production. They can't do that with our competitors.
Thank you. Next question, please. Microphone, can we have or can we move this microphone or have a second microphone maybe? Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, great presentation. And I was wondering, where is the product going to go further? I mean, is it scalable on other levels? I mean, or you are just going to answer this problem of editors or your target persona?
So that's a very good question. As I tried to say in the presentation, we want to go for creating automatic edits for people. So basically, we want to let you actually write in just a description of an entire scene instead of a single shot, and then have our AI give you a rough cut of that scene, giving like, here's roughly the different elements of it, and that's a huge market right there. That's something that Netflix is interested in, that's something all the streaming services are interested in, because also for trailer creation, that's a hugely useful tool to have.
I understand, so that would be our next level, and then that would be it for the roadmap for now?
For now, because there's so much to do in that level.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so
I get that.
The
but
scale
we were wondering, is it scalable in general for all the projects? How we can scale it and how we can make it not feel like it is old in X number of years, if you get me?
Yeah.
Because this is going fast.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's the technology that we're going to develop for it is so complex that there's always room for improvement in it. And as part of that, we're also developing, script understanding and all of these other tools that could be sold as separate products. So, like, under the umbrella of auto editing, there's a lot of tools that can be made.
Thanks.
We have 1 minute and a half left. Who would like to get the next question? Henrike, yeah?
I'll be fast. Okay. We have established players in the market, especially like Adobe and Avid and so on, who are already working on AI. So what if they, tomorrow, they will be announcing that they have an on-prem solution? Why would customers, like, it would be included in the subscription? Why would they decide for you?
That's a very good question. It's not something that we're actually seeing from the big players. So Avid is focusing very much on script editing, and so is Premiere. But they're both cloud-based solutions again. If they have on-premises, on-premises solutions, it's going to be difficult for us, of course. But we are planning to integrate also with content management systems and other other customers, so that they can also be empowered by this. So we can shift to these other markets like content management and like archives. Archives wouldn't use Premiere to index their tools, they would use us.
Okay, we have 27 seconds. But you have short questions.
You said that you need 5K in order to put your solution on the market. But since the technology is growing very fast, how long, a part of the money, when you will be ready if you had the money now today?
Well, we already have the tools, so we would just need to do the push. So within a couple of months, I would say that we would be able to scale to thousands of customers if we actually get the investment. And our runway would then be probably 12 months for actual also support and stuff.
Sorry, I have to interrupt. It's exactly 5 minutes now. Thank you so much. Say hello to Mads. I met him at a Marseille conference. Very nice. Okay. UK, Denmark, and now Germany. Let's go to Germany. Paul Leo Langendorfer. Bist du bereit? It's font, and they bring subtitles to life. Tell us more. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Paul. I'm the co-founder of Font. And yeah, thank you first for coming all here, even with this weather. And I wanted to ask you first, who of you has ever read a comic? Please raise your hand. Super, that's most of you. And I guess all of us know that when reading a comic, right, we feel very engaged, we feel very emotional when we read it because it's designed in such a way that we can imagine what the hero feels when we read it and how he says it or she says it. And this is exactly what we want to bring to the world of subtitles. And subtitles are a very interesting tool because they have been around for so long, over 100 years, and while everything has evolved, you can see it here, subtitles have stayed the same. They're this white little text at the bottom of the screen, and we want to change that. We want to make it more engaging and going with technology. And subtitles are a very important tool right now. So there's 2.5 billion people that's going to be having some form of hearing impairment expected of WHO by 2050. So they're an important accessibility tool, but they're also a tool of the youth. So 70% of Generation C use it, and there's a few reasons for it. I'm sure many of you know. So many people watch in public. So when I traveled here in the airplane, was quite loud. I watched the movie and still I couldn't really understand everything, so I turned on the subtitles, and I think that's probably how many of you felt while traveling here. And another reason is foreign language content. So I watch a lot of Spanish-speaking movies, but my Spanish is not so well, so I turn on the subtitles. Actually, I turn them on for English as well, and that's how many people feel. So there's 3 values that we want to bring media companies. One is we want to revolutionize a tool that has been around for so long with AI. We want to make it more emotional and obviously more inclusive because that's what subtitles are for. And now I'm going to show you a little demo how we at Font plan to do that.
Where's Hermione? Fatty Patel said that she wouldn't come out of the girls' bathroom. She said that she'd been in there all afternoon, crying.
In the dungeon! Turn around in the dungeon! Thought you ought to know.
So, as you could see, we want to make subtitling part of the storytelling process, and we want to display how someone speaks, not just what they say, because that's such an important part of our communication, right? How someone speaks, with which emotion. And we're doing this with AI, so we developed an algorithm that in the background does an analysis of all the emotion of the speaker, but also the sound bites. So you saw the crack or another noises such as a police siren. We all detect this, and then we display this automatically with parametric designs And my colleague Frederick developed this, and he uses certain connotations. So most people, when something leans forward, they combine this with something more aggressive, or something leaning backwards with something more scared, something loud with a big body. And we use these associations that most people have to make the design intuitively understood, so we have a high recognition rate. And this technology we patented, so this was the first thing we did last year. In October, when we started out, we filed for a European patent application to secure us an USP. And yeah, of course, we want to build a business model on top of that. So on the right, you already saw it's a streaming integration that we're working on with media partners. But when we tested it and when we went out to speak to people, many people said, this is really cool, I would like to use this for myself, for my social media videos, for example. So we started to talk to influencers, and they were like telling us that we should make it available for them as well, which is why we developing an app right now that is for content creators, and it's going to be launching in a beta version in the next few weeks, and then in January as a hard launch. And our goal is to be the Dolby of subtitling. So we want to be the standard for emotional subtitles. And yeah, these are some companies that we worked with or had talks with. And we have some pilot projects running with Pro7 in Germany, and Your Family Entertainment, and also the public broadcasters. But yeah, we also talked to users, potential users. So in the deaf community, over 70% told us that they would even change the streaming service for fun. And another target group that we have are kids. They really loved it and want to use subtitling or fun subtitling when they watch movies. This is us. It's not just me. We have a diverse team with design, AI, and business backgrounds. And yeah, you can see who designed this slide was me. I want to highlight why it's important for us to be here. We have right now German pilot projects running, but we would like to engage with an international community because that's what subtitles are for. And also we would like to secure our USP, prepare for the market entry. And yeah, I'm ending it now.
Yes, that's 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
Perfect.
But it was perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your attention.
Okay, let's go on for the questions now. So who has a question? I remember seeing you at the EFM in February, right?
Yes, it was
developed already. I saw that.
My colleague Frederick, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So who has the first question? We need the microphone in the front row here, please. So who of you? Stand again? No? Henrike, come on.
All right. Have you run any A/B tests or with customers, for example, subtitles without font, subtitles with font? What those A/B tests are showing you?
Yes, so we have done quite a few tests. I presented some of them, and we want to make this more scientific, so which is why we are cooperating with a university in Poland right now who will do exactly this. They will use all of the tools that we don't have, for example, eye tracking technology, A/B testing, like the whole scientific background, with 50 people of different backgrounds, so age is different from Gen Z to boomer generation, hearing impaired people, not hearing impaired. So we will we have soon a full scientific study, which is beyond our capacities. Our studies, of course, that we did, we spent a lot of time on it, but they were not, the standard that the university can bring.
Okay, in the next 1 year, what is your single biggest priority?
I think the biggest priority for us right now is launch the app and generate traction. We want to get the product out there in the market, see how people use it. And I think that will also then be a good argument for media companies when we tell them, look, we already have 10,000 users.
Okay, what people exactly?
Content creators.
Okay.
So we want to bring the product out to them and then let them use it, let them generate views with it, get feedback to improve the product, and then in the next step...
I want to have one more question very quickly. Multi-localization. All big platforms are doing right now AI-generated subtitles in any language. How are you going to tackle this?
So we are doing exactly the same. Our subtitles are also AI-generated, but we offer something on top that I haven't seen in any platform before. So that's the value that we want to bring to them. It's not we also generate the subtitles, but we're not doing it better than them. Our USP is the displaying and the emotional displaying. Yeah.
Looks like you need to be fast to get the leadership. Okay, next question.
Okay, so maybe I missed it, but so you have basically a B2B case and a B2C case. For the B2C, you take 6 years from the content creators. B2B, what would a streamer or a broadcaster actually have to pay to integrate it?
Yes, so it's an individual pricing and depends on the usage. So we want to make it very KPI oriented. So if a certain amount of people use font for a certain amount of time, that they pay us a certain amount of money. We are in talks with them.
Give me an indication. 100K, 200K, 500K per year?
I mean, it depends on the size of the platform, right? So our goal...
What would Netflix have to pay?
They will probably have to pay quite a lot. Yes. But
can you give a range, maybe, so that we have an idea from this to this?
Yeah, again, I think it's really hard to, I mean, we can talk about it later if you want, and I can present you our calculations, but it would be hard to say like 100K is, so like a very low fee per view of font, like very, very low fee, and we want to make it all that they only pay when people actually watch with font subtitles on and not just a flat fee.
Okay, I would say make a meeting with this guy to get the pricing. Next question.
Okay, thanks for your very good presentation, and I think that this kind of system can be useful, especially for the accessibility. I think about a deaf person that cannot listen to the music and listen, just can see, and they have to read your subtitles that want to describe also emotion, but how the person can interpret the way you write the subtitle. They have to be educated.
Yes.
How they can appreciate that.
Yes. So I already explained a bit. We use connotations that we have. So for example, something leaning forward is usually taken as more aggressive. There's all these kind of things, and we studied them and also tested the recognition rate, which brings me back to the testing. So we made like groups and showed them, and we tried to optimize the design. And also there's a learning effect. So if you watch with font subtitles, and you will actually get better in understanding. So the subtitles and the design, yeah, so there's both.
Have you never tested with some user groups?
Yes, we have. I already showed, so I can make it more concrete. So we tested it with the deaf handball national team of Germany. It's about 30 guys, and we showed them a movie with font subtitles.
Okay, 30 minutes, I'm dreaming. Seconds left. Any yes, no question, super fast?
Yes, I have.
Yes, very fast.
What is the cost per minute for your subtitling, for your infrastructure?
Oh, it's super low. So 1 hour is like below €5.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. We are done. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Excellent. Okay. And now we're going to travel further to Lithuania, and it will be Sonic Alchemist from the startup Sonomagic, and it's also an innovative AI-powered sound design tool. So we're going to go into the sound world this time. You're going to tell us everything. You have a microphone? You're ready to go? Microphone? Yes? Thank you very much. And then I will put the timer on. Well, you have the time to, don't break a leg. You have the time to go on stage in peace. And there we go. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for having me today. My name is Vytis Puranas, and over the last 2 decades, I've worked as a sound designer and re-recording mixer for films, animation, and VR projects. Over the years, I've typed countless keywords like metal impact into massive sound libraries, hundreds of thousands of sounds, and okay, I'm hitting the wrong button. Okay, hundreds of thousands of sounds, even millions of sounds, only to be bombarded with exploding oil tanks when all I wanted was a light tap on a tin can. So finding, importing, trimming, layering, it's all time-consuming. What's even worse, we keep reusing the same old keywords, which leads to creative stagnation. And yes, I've missed quite a few family dinners because of this. So I thought if we could somehow automate spotting, generating, and assembling audio assets, humans can focus on what truly matters, that is making creative decisions. That's why I created Sonic Alchemist, an AI-powered platform that automates these tasks.
Storytelling, the essence of filmmaking. Creating sound effects is a bit like inventing little stories. Breaking patterns can be challenging. Familiar keywords, presets, you know, the comfort zone. What if AI could inspire us to explore beyond the obvious? Introducing Sonic Alchemist, the AI assistant that helps you stay original, human. Import video, click Generate Sketch, drag and drop it into your timeline. Sonic Alchemist will automatically trim, fade, timestamp, and produce a foundational sketch for you to build upon. Imperfect, but inspiring. Keep the bits you like. Roll the dice again. Fill empty scenes. Dense, fast-paced sequences. Get inspired. Sonic Alchemist, the habit breaker from Sonomagic.
Sonic Alchemist is a scalable platform that cuts days of sound effects editing down to minutes. It generates AI-driven sound sketches in seconds, outputting time-stamped files that auto-align with your video timeline, compatible with all major audio and video editing software. So whether you're an indie creator or a major studio like Skywalker Sound, it adapts to your workflow and speeds up production. After 2 years of R&D and showcases in Singapore and Brisbane, Australia, we are market-ready and focused on growth with context-aware features that adapt to your creative taste. Our cross-platform C++ engine is also available for third-party licensing, creating new revenue streams by allowing other companies to integrate it into their products. Now, the audio post-production market will double by 2030, and Sonomagic is ready to capture and share through direct sales and licensing. I'm very aware of the fears surrounding AI, in creative fields especially. Sonic Alchemist is designed as a collaborator, not a replacement. Unlike machine learning tools that feast on and exploit existing work, Sonic Alchemist doesn't rely on past content, eliminating legal risks and copyright concerns. It operates entirely offline, ensuring data security and confidentiality for high-profile projects. Sonic Alchemist uses computer vision to analyze motion, creating an action map that pinpoints key moments in the video, allowing it to automatically sync sound effects to specific actions. Unlike traditional tools that rely on metadata, Sonic Alchemist can categorize sounds by characteristics like weight, from deep rumbles to light rustling, saving time by eliminating keyword searches. Using advanced algorithms, Sonic Alchemist repurposes your existing libraries to generate endless new sounds from the content you already own, while quickly filling empty scenes or archive footage. Now, this flattering table shows how little overlap there is with the existing tools. They're fantastic for performing sounds live and running complex metadata searches. But Sonic Alchemist, with its computer vision and ethical AI, unlocks new creative workflows and revenue opportunities. It's a habit breaker. As a European startup from Lithuania, home to a new generation of award-winning cinema, we are eager to explore how we can contribute to the Basque country's growing reputation as a hub for creativity and innovation. Together, we can drive global expansion and new opportunities. Sonic Alchemist is market-ready, with both perpetual and subscription-based pricing models. With 20 years in film sound, I'm committed to supporting creativity through ethical AI. It speeds up workflows, cuts production costs, and keeps humans at the heart of the process. With your support, Sonic Alchemist can transform the industry, making sound design faster, smarter, and more cost-effective, so sound designers can finally make it home for dinner on time. Thank you very much.
Ah, perfect. You all make it really on time. You've been trained really well. Okay, let's start with the questions. And I don't forget you guys. Stan, are you the first again, or are you leaving the ladies maybe sometimes first? Yes? Okay. Go on, go on.
Okay, as a relapsed sound post-production director, I have two questions. So first of all, explain the product very briefly in one sentence. I don't really understand whether it's your sound effects library management tool into scene generation, or is it the generative tool to generate new sounds? So one sentence, please.
It's all of that all in one. Click, get inspired, get creative. And basically you generate a sketch by a single click and then take it further any way you like.
Okay, second question. What exactly are have you calculated on a feature film or a project, what exactly is the time saving here?
Yes,
I have. In a real life production?
Yes. As I have said, I've been in the film industry for
Give us a number.
20 years now. Yeah. So I have calculated that what I normally do in 3 days, I'm able to achieve in about an hour using this tool.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Excellent answer, I would say. We have a question here. Shall we move to the entrepreneurial jury here?
So thanks for the presentation. We were wondering if you could explain the business model, how you get income, right? Because I think it was not clear for us.
Okay. So, well, the product is licensed using iLok. iLok is a standard in the audio industry. And so you can either activate it from cloud or offline. We are selling it directly to our users, either via perpetual license or subscription license, depending on their needs.
How much should I pay if I'm a B2C customer?
How
much should I pay?
How much should you pay?
I'm buying now. How much should I pay you?
Okay, so if you go on the website right now, you will buy it for about $200, perpetual license. Our competitors are in a similar sort of price range. They could be up to 350, or from 100 to 350, something like that. So we are around 200 at the moment.
Okay, and that's based on the return on investment you want to get? You did this calculation? Because I'm worried about this in all the presentations in general, right?
Yes. Well, I have to confess, I'm a sound designer, first of all. I have a product, and I don't have that much experience in the business side of things. I am really open for suggestions and help, just sort of helping me to get this product out into the world. So I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Wonderful, thank you. Next question. Here, this side again, please. Enrique, you go.
Yes. So how does your team look like? So how many people are there? What are they doing?
Okay, don't be scared. It's just me on my own from beginning to the end. But I do have a legal team who are helping me with all the user license agreements, because that's a very important part. I also have people helping me with the accounts and sort of money side of things. But that is another issue. I'm all by myself, and I'm looking for partners to help me scale this and just sort of expand this further. I'm very much open for collaborations.
Any applicants? Let's go. You know, this is also a business platform here. Okay, I think we have only 1 minute, not even 1 minute.
So you said that you generate sounds with video analysis and computer vision. The sound that you create are original, or they are from some database of sounds that you have?
That's a very good question. We have licensed a bunch of sounds from a company called Soundbits in Germany. So we include a bunch of sounds for you to get started. But also it encourages users to use their own sound libraries, because most sound designers have hundreds of thousands, millions of sounds at their disposal. So you can feed them into the software and it will use your sounds. So anything you create, it's all yours, it's all original. And even the sounds you breed using this engine, this generative engine, they are still yours. And
so all the sounds that you used are copyright free?
Absolutely, absolutely. That was the goal.
Great. That's it. We are finished. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
5 minutes, but like, wow. I can't even believe it's the last one now. Okay, and now we're going to go back to the UK. We made a tour of Europe, and it is Handel Max from Thol, or Toll, I'm not sure. Thol, right? from the startup Black Goblin, and it's a sound design suite, right? You're going to tell us everything. Please come on stage. And Handel, I'm going to put like here now, I love this at Handel, and this is really great that you are into music. Okay, let's go. It's your turn. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Handel. I am the CTO from Black Goblin. We are an audio technology company, and originally we were founded in 2018. We provided post-production services to different places in the world. And from this experience, we actually learned a very painful, but it's a valuable lesson in this case. That is, content creators, they absolutely dread the time-consuming, the expensive, and the technical nature of sound design. But sound is very crucial for the success of a project. If you have any bad sound, this will equate to missed important opportunities. There's also a disconnect with the audience and could eventually lead to the failure of your project itself. What does this mean then for us at Black Goblin? We know that content creators want to use sound as an artistic tool. They want customizable audio, they want original audio, most importantly, they want audio that they can own, but they don't want to worry about budget, they don't want to worry about time, they don't want to worry about complexity. And it's for this specific reason that we are developing Thol. Thol is a sound design suite that uses AI to generate sound effects that perfectly match video. And how does this happen? Thol analyzes the video, identifies the elements that are in your video, and then it presents you with most custom tailored sounds that are completely yours and allows you to give you the customization and the options to work both in an AI feature and also through your traditional methods for that. If your project is done, if you're happy with the work that you have, then you can export this directly into any of the industry's standard formats to continue the process with the workflow in the film industry. Some examples of what we want to achieve with Thol are the following. All right, and we are aiming obviously to reduce cost and reduce time, but most importantly, we want to give the content creators the option of exploring and evaluating and having new ways to produce sound without compromising their integral artistic vision. Now, to do this, we aim at a $6.3 billion audio design market, and we focus on two specific key customers, or independent solo creators and established production organization. Having on this last part, we have both small and medium studios and the big companies like Paramount and BBC. And as you probably just heard already, having two companies doing the same right now, we have a massive exposure of audio, of generation AI with audio, right? We have companies like Eleven Labs, Pika, that has this text-to-audio custom generation that is commercially available, but they lack the customization option in audio, they lack the communication with the video, and this hinders their use in the professional market or their appeal whatsoever. You also have the traditional libraries and competitors like Krotos or Native Instruments, in which you can do a lot of customization, you can make perfect sound samples in it, but you need the training, you need time. So this competitor landscape validates Black Goblin's approach to create a partner in sound design that it's delivered specifically to professionals. One of the key aspects that we have is that our technology is hard to replicate. We don't use off-the-shelf models, but we have actually conducted in-depth research for audio generation, and we have our own in-house created data sets. In this way, we are able to have an edge on quality control and also embedding an ethical approach to our work, which is very important for our users, but most importantly, it's also something that as a company we have at our core. This software will be commercialized as a subscription. We have both monthly or annual fees, and as long as you have your subscription or updates and all available tools are part of what you can do, we will introduce during our roadmap additional features like remote collaboration in the future. We also are developing and expanding our offer with add-on offers that includes 360 audio capabilities for XR and games and a mix for Dolby Cinema for all of our diverse users in the market. Thol is being developed by a team that includes filmmakers, composers, sound designers, machine learners, includes everyone that knows what exactly is needed on this market, what is it that we struggle in this moment, what is it that we have to achieve and to keep afloat. We also have a support of our advisory board that includes people and members from different large studio organizations and organizations like SEMTI and Meta. over the last 6 months, we have gathered over 500 signups to launch our product and our pilot. We are in talks with the head of procurement at Paramount Pictures, and also we have started a pilot project with the BBC. And we were selected on this year's EFM Startups Program at Berlinale. We have won the Trickster Business Award at Stuttgart International Festival, and in the UK, we were selected as one of the top creative companies by the Creative Industry Council. Finally, we are now fundraising to launch Thol in 2025 and to have or reach our goal of serving our first 1,000 paying customers. If you have any other questions or you want to talk about it, you can scan our code or come to talk to me later. And thank you for today.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, and let's go with the questions for this last pitch from the European startups. Stan is not going to start this time. We need the microphone to the front. You want to start? Yes, we have here the first question, please. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the presentation. And which is the status in terms of maturity of the prototype? Because you said that you have a working prototype, but it has been already used in the real environment. And how long do you need in order to put it in the market?
Right, so at the moment we are working with the pilot. The prototype is being taken by the BBC. They start, and we just finished that, and they're starting this until the end of this year. During that time, we are taking the feedback with also our first design partners. We have other people that have approached to us that we are sending them out as our first users, or tester users. We are expecting to launch on the first quarter of 2025.
Yes, did you test this system with a user group? Did you collect feedback for?
No, at the moment. We have the prototype running through with the BBC at the moment. That's just started itself. They're going to be our first feedback from the working prototype itself. We do have first design partners that include post-production and sound designers. They were actually the people that allows us to gear this tool towards what they are expecting for us to have.
BBC is a very large broadcaster organization. Yes. Do you think this kind of product can be useful also for a smallest one, or it is affordable?
Yes, so we do have the two key customers, in this case, the independents and the small media studios. We are aiming to both of them. Our first enter to the market is expected with smaller media studios through showcases, through festivals, and through finding influencer partners on this. The BBC came as a collaboration within a grant that we just got over in the last year. We saw the opportunity to have this partnership with them, and because of that, the R&D department wanted to take on of this, so we went through this so we can have that feedback and develop our design better.
Okay, thank you. Next question.
Yes. So you said that you had 500 signups. Is this individuals or 500 companies?
No, it's about 50-60% of them are medium and small enterprises. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about small teams of 5, 10, maybe top 10 people, 10 sound designers on them, and the rest of them are freelancers.
Okay, and since you're launching only next year, so how do you make sure that you keep competitive? Because of course, like the big ones are not sleeping on this. Yeah. Media, like your archive utilization is a big topic. How do you do this?
Yeah, no, we are completely aware that there's all these tools that are coming through, right? What we are stepping up in this case is the fact that we have our in-house datasets. We are making sure that there's no issues with copyright at all with anybody. We are taking our time to make sure that this tool is an end-to-end tool, that is not something that you need to find somewhere else to keep working on it, but you actually are able to start your process and end your process and match it directly to the industry standard itself. We're intending to leveraging our advisory board contacts as well in order to find the influencers and create case studies to put them out there, and that way also reach more people for that.
Okay, next question. You have one question too? Okay, be short.
Okay, tell us in one sentence your value proposition in numbers.
Sorry?
Tell us in one sentence your value proposition in numbers.
Well, with all, you're reducing your time cost, you're reducing the time that you spend itself up to...
Numbers, please.
You're reducing your time cost up to 75%.
Is that validated?
That's within our first market research, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Good, and last question for the last minute.
Okay. Yes, congratulations for the presentation. You are looking for funding. Could you explain us what will funds support?
Yeah, of course. Right, so at the moment we have been accepted at the Baltic Ventures startup accelerator, and we have an angel investor from them. We have obtained 30,000 pounds from that, and we are leveraging that to match for funding up to 300,000 pounds at the moment. That's what we're looking at in order to build the tool itself, to find a software contractor itself, and also to get on board a sales lead team that will allow us to go into the market as well.
Okay, and that's it. Thank you very much. That was the last speech of the European section. Okay, we're going to move right away to the next block for the Spanish session, but we have a presentation in between, and I'm very much looking forward because between these speeches, we will have some information from the European Creative Desk of Media, and that will be Ainhoa Gonzalez, and she will make a presentation of Creative Europe Media funding possibilities. So it will be about money. So this is great. Where is the cash? She's going to tell you where the cash is. So I would say,
It is.
you go, I leave you the stage,
Okay.
and then in 7 minutes?
Yeah, I will try.
5 minutes? Good. We're a little bit late, but we are
I will
we're
do it
good.
fast.
We're good. We want to know where the cash is. Thank
Okay.
you.
Egunon, eta
Hello. Thank you very much to the festival for having organized this event. Thank you for inviting me to this event. I'll try to be brief to explain what are the opportunities in media in Europe for the type of projects that you develop. You know the media program in Europe. It's a big program. We have more than 16 calls for projects a year for the audiovisual industry. We support training workshops for audiovisual professionals. We are present in the most important markets and festivals in Europe. Plus, we have a value added, which is the media office network that are present in all the media countries. One of them is the Media Euskadi office. I'm the head of that office here in Tabacalera. As you know well, this sector is evolving a lot thanks to the digital revolution. In the media program, there are new calls for projects that are adapted to this type of projects. Innovative tools and business models is one of these initiatives. I will summarize it because in the afternoon you go to the Cursal Center. We have a stand there, so the media stand, so you can come and see me and I will explain and give you the details, because we can help you in your projects. This call is aimed at increasing visibility and audience of audiovisual works in Europe in the digital era, to increase competitiveness and the ecology of the visual industry in Europe. The projects in this call may include subtitling, accessibility, and discovery to improve visibility, availability, and audience potential of audiovisual works in Europe. These are business tools in order to improve the transparency and visibility of audiovisual projects, business models that optimize synergies and complementarities between platforms and the distribution in festivals, cinemas and VOD platforms, models and business models that are innovative in order to improve the sustainability of the European audiovisual sector. And apart from that, we need to support hardware development more, thanks to media. We look for strategies in order to guarantee a sustainable industry, respectful of the environment, guarantee the gender balance, inclusion and diversity. In this call for projects, transparency plays a key role, and the applications should include dissemination plans. I'd like to add recommendations or advice for you. You have to expose very clearly what is the impact that your tool is going to have. We will assess your financing capacity as a company, and it's better than associations. If you get to associate with other companies, and partnerships should be established upstream before applying for this call. In this call, you can be beneficiaries. You don't need to collaborate with another company. This call will be published this week. The due dates are just at the beginning of next year, so that you will have time. These calls for projects are quite complicated. You need months of preparation in order to apply. But as Ace said, we have money, European money. We have the possibility of funding. That's why the media offices are here to help you, to accompany you, to advise you to set up your whole project and your application for Brussels. And in the Europa Creativa Euskadi office, we organize different workshops and training courses during the year in order to help Basque authors and producers to apply. I work in coordination with Tabacalera and the festival. Many of the selected projects in the various calls have gone through our workshops and courses, so we're having an impact. Don't lose sight of this cause. There is money in Europe for you. And I'll wait for you in the afternoon. I'll be in my stand in the Cursal Hall. Thank you very much. I hope I've been brief and concise. Thank you.
Like a pitch. Great pitch. It's always pitching here. This is good. So let's move on now to the Spanish pitches, Spanish projects. And I'm going to introduce you first to the most important person in the room, right after the pictures, of course, the juries for a Spanish project. It is Marta Bragado, yes, the key account manager of Sony in Spain. Where are you? Here. In red, then we have Bea Aznar, a journalist for startups, accelerators, and TV at Disruptores Media. Yes, thank you, Bea. And we have Selva Gonzalez, coordinator and curator at Sanfic XR, right? Okay, so these are the juries here. Wonderful. So now, are you ready? I know it's a lot, right? But I mean, it's really super exciting at the same time. So we can, get the energy by every pitch again. So, Javier Amador Luesma, I think you are getting ready with your project, Current Anima. It's all about transforming text into 3D videos automatically and in seconds. We are very curious to hear more, and you have also 6 minutes, same game. The microphone is here on the desk. Thank you.
Vale. Hola, soy Javier Amador y vengo a presentar.
My name is Javier Anima. I'm presenting Current Anima. What was the price of your last commercial or ad or movie or video game? These products are very expensive in time and money. And 5 years ago, the creators of Hechicería understood that with AI we could have shorter production processes. We have software now, Luma, Green, Gen 3 or Sora. They work, but it's for short videos. If you want longer videos, they have glitches with sometimes the hands with 6 fingers, strange gestures, strange faces, and it's a bit vague. So our solution is quite good because we generate a 3D video. In seconds, it generates video with AI. we have a 3D scenario where we can produce our video. It's very good because we do not generate from scratch. We don't use data, and it's very, very fast. In iClink and Sora, they say that to produce 1 minute video with these platforms, you need 1 hour of data processing. And in several seconds, we can get more video and longer videos. The prompt. The man goes towards the woman on the beach. In seconds, we have the scenario, which is the setup. We have access to 3 cameras. The fixed camera. These are the most usual cameras, the front camera and the others on the side and behind the characters. Then the free camera we can displace with a mouse and the keyboard in the 3D video, and the thematic or the theme camera, which is an advice from the AI saying this is the best angle, and this is a reproduction of the result of this 3D video that has been automatically created.
Como podéis ver aquí también son otros vídeos que hemos producido.
This is another video that we've produced using AI. In this case, it's for a Formula One producer. It's been a really hard race. Each round was a challenge. We did our best, and here we are. The good thing about our product is that we offer greater flexibility than other brands because we use a video game software in real time. And we can modify any of the elements without any kind of load being added. This gives us an important competitive advantage, and because we're working in 3D, we can change the angle of the cameras. So this enables us to offer better content than our competitors. So this is a very special year because we've got our colleagues in the Tokyo Game Show who are actually launching the preview of this technology. It's going to be available on our website, which is hechiceria.com, and it will be available for download from the first week of October onwards. If you want to try it out, please do so. You just need to subscribe to our newsletter so that you can actually get a sneak preview. At this moment in time, we're going to be working with a SAS model, a SaaS model, which means that you can change anything you like. You can have a monthly subscription and you can change that so you can get access to a different number of hours and technologies. So to date, we have worked mainly with the go-to-market model, collaborating with different brands and content creators. As I said before, with the Formula One pilot project, we've been working with them. We've also worked on the island short with a production company, and we've been working with other brands such as Samsung and Sony in order to introduce this technology into their television production. So thank you very much and welcome to the 3D revolution with our product.
Yes, Javier. Muy bueno.
Thank you very much. Javier, first question. First question here.
Primero, muchas gracias por tu presentación.
First of all, thank you very much for your presentation. I wanted to ask you about different demos. What stage are you at the moment? And then you also said that you've worked with Unreal, and you're working also are you in the video game and the animation market as well? Are you compatible with other platforms like Unity, for example? Currently, The status of the project is we're at a very initial stage. We're working on generating 3D spaces. They're all prepared now. And then later on, at the moment, we're working on being able to later on modify those spaces, to modify the characters as if they were Sims, for example. And if I have, as a customer, my own elements, you can also include them. And making them also compatible with other softwares. All of that issue, I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, because all my bosses who sort of are doing that are at the Tokyo show. But if you'd like to contact my bosses at Hechiceria, then I'm sure they'll be able to answer that question. Next question. Thank you very much for that presentation. I'd like to know, well, I'm very concerned about the ethical perspective of this. So, looking at the viewer, thinking about the viewer, what are you going to do about that? What information are they going to have? When we go and look at one of your pieces of content, do the spectators think it's real? Do they know it's not real? How does a viewer know whether or not it's real content or artificially generated content? Yes, at an ethical level, we work with a library, so we don't actually analyze any data from any real people. We work with our own models, so ethically, everything is correct. With regard to users and whether or not they know what they're looking at the moment, we're working with photorealism, but we can also explore other styles, more a cartoon, for example, or something else. How do they know what they're looking at? I don't know. That will have to be something that the creators of the content itself will need to think about, I believe. And what type of applications? What type of applications are you thinking of? Because you're thinking about television content, maybe? But that's the future. What are you doing at the moment? Well, currently, we're working with a number of different companies and individuals. I think it's about 1,000 people. And mainly for publicity, advertising in Korea as well. They're looking at it in order to actually use it in television as well. Okay, we've got 1 minute left and 20 seconds. Congratulations on your presentation. I just want to talk about the competition. Being first to market always gives you a competitive edge. But the solutions offered by Meta and Google, which I know that they're doing something similar, but they're not on the market yet. What's your position at the moment with regard to this competition, a competition on the market with similar products? A number of different companies are doing something, but none of them are advanced as us. We're working with a product that's very broad. So if we see that we get overtaken in one certain area, we can also shift. We can always shift our attention to another area. Because I said we've just opened up a space from scratch, really. So we can look at video games, we can films, advertising. We have that versatility. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I would have a question. Tenía una pregunta sobre
I had a question about the business model and the price for companies, but I don't have time to ask it, which is such a shame.
I mean, 8 seconds, so you don't have the time to answer. But I would be interested. I just
if you
want
want
it
later, we can talk.
Yeah, later then. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry, but I need to keep in time, right? So, second pitch is dub me, I don't know yet. Alejandro San Agustin, yes? Get ready, because you want to eliminate language barriers. I'm totally for it. I'm buying it. I don't even know the price, but I'm going to buy it. Okay, 6 minutes. Thank you.
Bueno, yo creo.
Well, my presentation is in English, but I'm going to speak in Spanish. So I do apologize because all the texts are in English. Well, first of all, is that we've defined a mission for ourselves, which is pretty ambitious, but I think it's really important to have a long-term objective always, and then we'll see whether we get there or not. But we need to move in that direction. Our mission is to eliminate language barriers from all the professional audiovisual content in the world. So when we're talking about professional audiovisual content, we're talking about content that has very high quality requirements. Well, why is this an important problem? Well, at the end of the day, these bars, what they represent, what they illustrate, is the number of people who don't speak a language. English is the most spoken language in the world, but 85% of the population don't speak English. And obviously, these numbers are even more striking if we're talking about different types of language or different languages. So this is the people that can't see a content if it's not been translated or dubbed into another language. This is in white. This is all the people we can't reach. So it's our opportunity. How can we go about solving this problem? Well, we have built a team that we believe is very powerful. The four of us, we met at Google, because we worked in Google for many years on the YouTube platform. And Elias and myself, he's my partner here, we'd already set up a company 5 years ago, and we sold it 2 years ago. So we have a bit of experience in the whole idea of starting startups and the environment in which we are going to be working. The second element that we're working on very deeply in order to resolve this problem is technology. Technology isn't the ultimate aim, it's just a means to get to our ultimate aim. So we've developed a platform which basically gets a video in a particular language and gives us audiovisual content with very high quality requirements. So we're talking about translations, transcriptions, dubbing, etc. So what we're trying to do at the end of the day is to use technology, especially AI technology, to impact those processes in which we can generate an automatic response. And then we have the human element will come in at the end, because it's always necessary to have a person at the end to just tweak the result. We've developed this platform with two different pillars. So our partners can integrate content and get it back. That's called Studio. And then we have our internal console called Flow, where all the different interactions between all the different technologies that we're working on happen. And we also work with translators, proofreaders, native people, native speakers of different languages, and then voice actors as well, who will act in the different languages. There are three elements which are absolutely fundamental for us, because this is a solution for a consolidated industry, and we don't want to move in the wrong direction. We know that this is very sensitive to different types of problems. So the first one is that we need to make sure that the quality is high enough. It needs to be up to the standards that already exist. If you don't have a good standard in your product, then the industry will not take any notice of you. And then the idea is to empower humans. We don't want to replace humans. We want to give them superpowers. We want to make sure that their output is 100 times greater than they can get using traditional means. And then finally, we also want to comply with the rules and the regulations. There's a lot of rules and regulations. We have the AI EU Act, the European Directive. We also have copyright laws, etc. So we need to work on solutions that will enable us to be compliant with this environment, which is a heavily regulated environment, and there's very active vigilance as well. One pilot project that we recently launched, we've called El Hombre y la Tierra, Man and Earth. And Felix has dubbed it into English. You can see it on YouTube at the moment. And it's strange, but this documentary hadn't actually been dubbed into any other language. So this is what we're trying to do. There has a lot of content that's fantastic, but which can't travel because it hasn't been dubbed. So that we're trying to make it available to other people who might enjoy it. This is another example. I don't know if I can play it here, but you don't really need to. It's a classic film, but at the moment is in the public domain. But it was only made in its original version, its original language, and so it's not traveled, it's never been subtitled, it's never been dubbed, etc. So today we can get this film, dub it into 30 different languages and distribute it so that so many new people can enjoy its content. And we can do it at a cost that it is 100 times less than traditional costs. With regard to our business models, we have one which will enable us to get to the second model. The first one is offering our services to traditional translation and dubbing companies. So we've been working with many, many different companies. And then we have a revenue share model as well. Thank you very much. Sorry?
These are the rules. Okay. Let's go and move to the questions. Are you actually working with Marianne Carpentier at Newen? No? Okay, could have been.
Vwin? Yeah, we're working with Vwin.
Okay, cool. Anyway, first question, anyone? Also you from the entrepreneurial side, please go on. So who wants to start, please? Yeah.
Congratulations for that presentation. Could you explain to us a little bit more? When we're talking about cloning and translating voices, can you talk about how you can actually maintain that fidelity to the original? For example, Felix Rodriguez de la Fuente. Translating somebody like that to English, what do you have to do? You have to clone and just copy how he would speak in English with all the nuances, with his rich way of expressing himself. When we're talking about cloning, you're talking about that, right? Getting the original voice and then trying to represent it or as faithfully as possible in another language. This is what you mean when you're talking about maintaining quality, right? Yeah, maintaining quality requires a lot of different things. You have to know how to work with the industry, you have to offer a type of support, etc. But it also means that you have to have high quality output. The quality of the sound, the voice, and the acting as well. Because we need to represent the original acting. With Felix, we can't clone him because we don't have the rights to do that. We could have talked to their family, but that was going to be a bit difficult. So we use library voices, and then we can transfer part of that acting and that emotion to a new voice, like a professional dubber would do. But when we do have the rights, then we do a literal cloning of that voice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presentation. I have doubts about the internationalization of your business model. How do you think you're going to enter large-scale markets, which are very attractive, right, for you? Well, I didn't get time to actually explain our main business model, is that we will be providing licenses. We're going to dub to 30 different languages, for example, and we will distribute. We will cover all the costs, and it's completely free for the title holder to the rights. So this is what the basis of our business model is. So we're working with Turkish content creators, for example, who want their fantastic series to be able to travel and be dubbed into different languages. We're talking about sports content with sports content creators, etc. So our approach is 100% international. Because the pilot projects we've had them here because we know them, so we've had direct contact with them. But at the moment, this moment in time, we want to scale it up, and we want to do that by increasing our international presence. And that's our main focus at the moment. Could you tell us a little bit about the distribution? How are you going to are you going to enter the market as a distributor? Yes, well, we work with the title holders to the rights. We dub their content, and they already have their own distribution channels, so they distribute as well. And what we do is that we have the capacity to distribute in different segments. For example, in documentaries, we've created content hubs on YouTube or different channels So we can complement their distribution capacity with our distribution capacity. Or we can use maybe distribution firms. So a mix of different things mainly. Congratulations. You're talking about various rounds of funding. Can you tell us how it's going and what you're going to use the money for? What are the aims? We started in 2023 with our own equity, 400,000 euros. Then we had the first round. It was closed this year. We raised 1 million euros. And now that we've been able to show that the pilot works, from next year, we want to have another round, and our aim is to try to get up to 10 million. And our aim is to invest 50 million over the next 10 years so that we can dub up to 60,000 films. If you go to a rights holder and you offer them your services, what do you say in terms of monetizing that? In 20 seconds. Well, it's incremental revenue. And incremental revenue, on the basis of that, we say that within a six-month time frame. And then after that 6 months, it will be a win-win situation for both parties. Revenue for both parties. Thank you very much. So the third pitch, emotional films. Carlos de...
And tell us a little bit more. Real-time solution based on the emotions. Tell us more. 6 minutes. Thank you.
Hello. I'm in the same situation. My presentation is in English, but I'm going to be speaking in Spanish. Thank you very much to the San Sebastian Film Festival for inviting me to take part in this very interesting meeting. We are a production firm. Well, we're a group of companies in Navarre. We've been working in the film world for the last 30 years. We've been very lucky because our products have been very successful. We've had 3 Goya nominations, etc., as you can see up on the screen. And this Monday, in fact, we won the shorts section here. So today we're engineers, but on Monday we're going to be artists. We make video games, and we've done them for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, etc. We've had some very successful products, and we have a third business unit, because we're the strangest of the strange, is that we have an AI lab, and we've been working on these different technologies for the last 15 years. 7 years ago, so before ChatGPT, we have been working in computational technologies. And over the last 7 years, we have set up a team of 20 people who are developing applied AI in industry. So we're artists who do AI technology. So you can imagine how committed we are to all of this. So what is emotional films? Well, emotional films is a vision that we've had for the last 20 years. It's a film that adapts in real time to the emotions of the viewer. Every time you watch the film, it's completely different depending on how you're feeling. It's impossible to actually watch the same film twice. When you watch a film, the film watches you. And if you give it permission, obviously, it analyzes your emotions, your age, and your different gene expressions, etc. So this is what you can see here is Willow of PricewaterhouseCoopers, who have been following and doing the legal monitoring of everything that we have developed. We have a histogram of ages there, and we've spent a lot of time doing that in order to avoid different age biases, etc. So I'm just talking very, very quickly, so I apologize to the interpreters, but we also work on geolocalization. And here we have Chivaldo. These are videos that are not prepared. They are created in real time. And on the right, what you can see is that he's talking in Japanese in real time, because we've told him that he's on the outskirts of Tokyo. In second, they're talking in English because he thinks he's in New York. We've tricked him a little bit in the next one. is in France. And at the top, as you can see, because of the elements you can see on the wall, he's in San Sebastian because we've got some Basque elements there on the wall. Everything that you're seeing is generated in real time. We're not pre-preparing anything. And we use other information such as your social network. We go into your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, Spotify, etc. So we know what you like and what you don't like. Obviously, you give your permission to for this. And we have the history of everything that you've watched. I know I'm talking very quickly. I do apologize. We look at the history of everything that you've seen and then what day it is. It's not the same to be alone when you're on the 24th of December, for example, to be, alone on 2nd of February. So we have different AI programs that are interconnected in the cloud. Everything is scalable, and we offer you on any platform content right now in 2D, 3D, cartoons are hyper realist stuff. At the top is from the film Dino Games, in collaboration with radio and television channel here in Spain. And then at the bottom you can see me. I said we're still in the product phase at the moment because we are already selling content. I just wanted to boast a little bit about the work carried out by Mónica Cortinas. She has a PhD in digital marketing, and she directs the neuromarketing department at the University of Navarre. And these are the results of some study about neuromarketing. But with her permission, I will say that it's like a lie detection machine applied to working out what users like and don't like. So this was a fantastic result because we had actually invested 2.5 million euros in all of this. We can see that engagement actually increased by 30% in very, very simple products, not a film. And there's no saturation. And I'm just finishing now because I know I don't have much more time. At the moment, we would love to identify investors, partners, different platforms who would like to make the first emotional films film. We've designed a number of different groundbreaking business models which offer different opportunities to people, but we believe that this is where the film industry needs to head, because we all know what's happening and we need to reinvent ourselves. And that's all from me. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay. I would be curious about the genre expression. I'm not sure what you meant. But anyway, let us see. First questions from the juries. Any juries? Who would like to start? Yes, Margaret, go.
Empezaré yo. Muchas gracias por la presentación.
Thank you for the presentation. Well, I understand that you've worked with a series of data of people who've volunteered to give you all their information, their social media and their emotions, etc. And with that, you're working to develop content that adapt to what they like. Did I understand right? Right, if we put ourselves in the user's shoes, what they're seeing is a film in a very transparent way. And the user doesn't know what's going on, but although they know that they've accepted certain terms. But what they don't realize is that the entire film is adapting everything, lighting, dialogues, pace, etc. All of this is being adapted to the artistic criteria that develop in accordance with things such as social context, emotions, etc. What we've done technically is to create a huge database of all sorts of people from all over the planet. We've been working with Willow and PricewaterhouseCoopers, and we have developed a model on the base of this, which calculates the probability or the likelihood of different basic emotions. And this content is generated in real time, and it's exclusive for each user. Okay. I tried to do a demonstration, but in 6 minutes, I almost killed the interpreters who were sitting at the back by speaking very, very quickly. But even so, I didn't have time to say everything that I wanted to say. We started to develop this 7 years ago, the technology. We finished developing 3 years ago. And then over the past 3 years, we've been refining it And the European film market, I don't think, is ready for it yet. Maybe it is, but I haven't found where. It's not ready to finance something that's not a film, but it's not a video game either. It's a bit of a strange hybrid, which is why we're having trouble finding funding. Yes, it's very customized, right? I don't know. You can't have that in a film, right? You can't show it in a cinema, for example. Well, you can, but what the directors and the scriptwriters do is that they make a decision based on their target and also based on artistic criteria as well. If, for example, parents go to the cinema with their children, then they say, right, well, it's the children that really matter, so I'm going to ignore all the parents in the room and just focus on the children. So these are the decisions that are made, but there are many, many different options, as many as the artist wants to develop in order to interact personally with their viewers. I've got two doubts. One, what phase are you in with regard to your project, in the interactive phase at least? I'm talking about funding stage here. And then, is it feasible for creators to receive this information that is being created by your creative users? I'm sorry? The creators. That's a really interesting question, because here we're actually giving you the view from our perspective towards the user, but for the creator, actually, it's a fantastic experience. The content creator has a dialogue that can change. So if your film doesn't work with your target audience, you can rewrite it, you can tweak it. But again, we have to just make sure that we get the legal aspects right every time, and depending on, it's going to change in a country. It's not the same to be working in a European country as it is to be working in Japan or the United States. And your first question was financing, right? Well, we are just reinvesting our own profits. We've invested a lot in AI. We're talking about the disruptive part of things, but the traditional part of things also works. We do all sorts of different things, and we're selling them, and then we're reinvesting all that projects in this. We tailor-make different products for different customers, industrial customers. Sometimes we analyze the reality of the company, and then using our artistic creativity, we design AI solutions for them in order to enable them to make a qualitative step forward in their production activities without replacing any humans. Oh, you're there. I can feel your presence.
Thank you very much.
My job is hard. It's really difficult. Anyway, I'm very excited for the fourth pitch because, believe it or not, and I'm very sorry to have to say it, it's the first women on stage. So, mujeres en tecnología, ¿dónde están?
Where are the women in technology?
Natasha Duran-Kurus, and it will be hula hoop, and it's all about democratization of investment in film. Yes, please. And I feel so sorry to have to say it, because we don't want to gender this, right? I mean, everybody can do business and technology, so, but hey, welcome, do it, thank you.
Bueno, gracias por invitarnos.
Thank you very much for inviting us. I'll do my presentation in English so that everybody can understand.
Duran, I'm the co-CEO of Hula Hoop, and it's a investment platform to allow access to everyone to invest in film and entertainment in general, music festivals as well. How does it work? I'd like you to all take a second to think about your favorite film. Imagine you could have invested in it, and now you'd be sharing all these profits. The industry, the market is massive, but it's kind of only for a few. We don't all enjoy of these returns. The film industry is a black box. There's limited access and a lack of standardization. That's why we come in, and Hula Hoop is born as a fintech platform to allow everyone to invest in entertainment in a very easy and efficient way. We give producers access to all potential investors, and we take care of everything on behalf of our investors to ensure that everything is simple. Hula Hoop's competitive advantage is that we don't take any IP, and on the other hand, we make sure that we select carefully the content for our investors to invest in. We have different financial products, from tax incentives to working capital, that would be MGs, pre-sales, advances, and equity investment. Our business model is based on, our technology. We use technology and take advantage of technology to make sure that we're efficient and that we can also be safe in all the processes until the investment and the recoupment. Because the important thing is that everyone recoups and has an interest or even a back end. Our business model is based on commissioning the business volume that flows within our platform. These are some of the international films that we've already financed. And, well, basically we've raised over 700,000 euros in equity, and we're raising up to 1 million in tax incentives this year. We started operations in January, and we expect closing with over 1.3 million this year and up to 10 million next. We're a senior team of professionals in both tech and film, with a lot of experience in building successful businesses and startups. We also have a few people you may know, like Thomas Chivageos. He was former president of 20th Century Fox Global. And we're proud to say that one of our shows has already released in the BBC and CBC. It's produced by Idris Elba. It talks about the black community of artists in America that haven't had the opportunity to have the rights and the money. And so I think that we're also helping different kinds of films like that. Also, we have La Fianza that is going to be released on the 5th of December in cinemas all over the country. And you can talk afterwards with the producer that is here to help us and support us. Thank you very much.
Hey, wow.
That was really
and it's less than 5 minutes. This is, I mean, like, women rock on stage. This is great. You prefer questions, but it's not transferable, you know.
I know.
So, like, this is not the game rule I have here. Okay, let's go. Who has the first question? To Natasha, please. Can we have the microphone here? Thank you.
Felicidades, Natasha.
Congratulations, Natasha. It's a good proposal to democratize investment. My question for the investor: is a passive investor, or can the investor participate in the design? In this case, this is just an investment with a financial product. It's a set class. We try to transform this into entertainment. Today, it could be real estate or stock market investment, but this is for entertainment. The producer has the opportunity to use the experience and the wisdom and to make a product, and that there is an investment that does not depend on the same people, as usual. And the production, well, once the production has been financed and funded and it's real, there is the normal procedure, the normal practice starts. Yes, we work with producers with a certain experience, and they have collaterals. There's always risk, of course, but if you have a collateral, you have a distributor, you have pre-sales or something, or you have a famous actor, for the moment, we try to be safe. We don't go to very independent producers, but they need to have a slate, because it's cash flow at the end of the day. That's what the industry needs. Another question here. Very fast, very quickly. The platform is based, or the profitability of your proposals is based on AI, but how? I can't understand it. The AI part is for the selection of processes or films. And the blockchain part is the most important one. That's the safety that you have. You have the share on a film, and in the future you will have benefit. You will get profit because we have the back end. In 7 years' time, it will work because the contract is in the cloud, and there's your name as an investor. It's a guarantee. So you will get the money back. And we will have other technology functionalities on the platform in order to make these processes more agile. I have a question. The entertainment industry is quite territorial. What are the territories that you are interested in? What about the impact in those territories? How to pay back the communities who are financing? Well, we finance final gaps. We don't finance the whole film. We enter in specific parts of the film. This could be in the whole world. We have investors from Australia, US, England, Spain, especially for the moment, because we haven't made any paid media.
Right, we jump to this jury. Stan, you have an urgent question. Go on.
Are you regulated by a financial authority?
Yeah, we're closing that side of but yeah, of course we are going to be real.
What happens in case of financial failure? What is your position in the financial authority chain?
I mean, this is
Are you a credit broker? Are you a cap financier? Are you a loan bank? What happens when a project fails, tanks, loses?
At this moment, what we're doing is a normal financial contract, but it's very specified that it is a risk. But we do make.
Is that a loaner contract? Or,
yeah, it's like a participative loan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we will be regulating in different ways, and even I don't know if.
And what jurisdiction is that in?
Right now here. I mean, if they allow us to move forward as we would wish, we will remain here, and that's my idea. Because I'm Spanish, I was born here.
So that means that you're only able to do Spanish jurisdictional films? You're only able to process films globally that are in their Spanish jurisdiction?
Okay, I'll explain you why not. There's two sides of investment, B2B and B2C. The B2C is with us, right? So we make the contract with the producer, but the B2B, we make the contract is with the producer directly. So it's even if they invest a lot of money, they invest into their jurisdiction, not ours.
Okay. 10 seconds.
Thank you.
Okay, you can continue later on. Thank you very much. We're at the end of the questions. Okay. And now, last pitch of the day. Oh, yes, okay, stop. Vocality AI, guess what? It has to do with AI again. And it will be José Luis Herranz and Vocality AI, Tropos Servicios Audiovisuales, cloned voices with generative AI. I know someone who will be interested in that one. Thank you. 6 minutes.
Okay, hola, gracias a los...
Thank you very much for your invitation. After 20 years, we were a normal studio with our strong points was to record in 39 languages for Mercedes-Benz, audiobooks, etc. My colleagues, well, thought, we're so clever that I have people around me who are more clever than me. They told me, you don't know anything about technology, and AI is going to change our sector. 2 years ago, we launched this project. We signed an agreement with Emilio Soria University of Valencia. We created models. It's cloned voices in Spanish, Basque, etc. Let's see some of this. Let's hear some of these voices.
Y ofrecemos voz con calidad humana un 90% más rápido y un 50% más barata que la producción tradicional. Para audiovisual en general, documentales, internet,
For documentaries, internet or videos, artificial voices. If you need voices, content, trainers, creators, distributors or editors. That's what we offer. This is Salvador Serrano's voice. the person who has made more auditions for video games. He's got a very famous voice. Use headphones because it's very good sound. We cannot be romantic. We cannot be ironic, but you can find 6 voices in Spanish, 1 in Basque, 1 in America, 1 in German. Not for dubbing, but for training, for marketing, for advertising, if you don't need an actor. So you've heard this speaker, and for those who understand Basque, we are at the service of content with slogans and the service of the speaker who is our ally.
Baina zein bezero, gure bezeroa da sortzailea, edukia, eta esataria gure aliatua.
Bueno, ayer mismo.
Yesterday, thanks to the festival, we had the opportunity to meet the programming head of ETV, and he said to us, this Basque voice is fantastic. It needs more emotion and more feeling. That's what we're doing at the moment. Our main goal is to offer in 20 languages at the end of this year, cloned voices with high quality. And next year we will include in our offer emotional traits. We cannot replace emotion of a human voice or a human interpretation, because you can say hello, good morning in 20 different ways. AI cannot do it now, but AI does other things. How's vocality? Cloned voice with a human quality, so please use headsets to hear it properly. We're a bit strange. All technology companies want to be customers, and we want to be a SaaS platform. We want to be customized service. We love money and we want to be profitable, but we can give value added and to distinguish ourselves from big companies offering voice solutions, because we are face to face. We are personal. If you want to call Google tomorrow, you won't have anybody from Google talking to you. But we can answer directly, humanly. We always at the service of our customers, at the service of content. We don't want to be a SaaS because we are personal. Very high technology to define ourselves. This is a Catalan boat, a patin, which was born at the beginning of the 20th century, has just that, a sail, a board, and it's just the captain who, with his own weight, is moving the patin. This is not very technological. No, but why I'm showing you this? One of the main elements is that we are able to enrich content with quality voices, with a human quality voice, almost. With niche content, for instance, for if you have to do a documentary on this Catalan patin, which is a boat that only exists in Catalonia, in Valencia, in the Balearic Islands, and that's all. So you can have 90% faster, 50% cheaper, a very professional cloned voice. B2B, our value proposal is that we don't want to be a faraway website. We are human. We want to include people in the equation, and our income flow is not based on a fixed subscription. We will give freedom. You can get in, get out whenever you want. And main problems that we solve, we enrich audiovisual content. There is a fair payback to all speakers, because it's according to the use, and the number of minutes of the voice that is being used is being paid. 2 key metrics. After 20 years experience in 30 languages and 30 speakers' voice, we have cloned voices. We have sources of data helping us, and reports, international reports with a turnover of 50,000 million euros, etc., etc. Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. Preguntas.
Questions? Who wants to ask the first questions?
Thank you.
Bueno, quiero preguntarle.
I'd like to ask you about your team. In a startup, the team is essential. You said that you want to use your 20 years of experience and you want to distinguish yourselves from other company. Why should a customer choose you? Because there are many other options on the market. Why choosing you? Why choosing your solution? Well, first of all, we believe that our solution is of very high quality. You can visit the web. Similar to big players, Level Labs and others. Secondly, you can choose us because our main goal is to get to these 39 languages. We have already experience on those languages. We have data, and we have a trust and relation with speakers because speakers have to work with us. So we have a very wide variety of products and voices. And because we see that each year 30% of traditional production goes towards technology and text-to-speech. It's a blue ocean. There are very good competitors. We are a very good player too. Regarding investment, what are you doing now? What are you looking for? What is your status now? We invested 175,000 euros in 2 years. That's our investment. As all technologists here, you know that you can fail and it takes a lot of time to find the adequate CTO, the programming team. And now we are open to have other investors. For now, we have an agreement with the University of Valencia. We got technology know-how from them, and we are now accelerating with Valencia. We're based in Madrid, but we are open to have new investors. But now it's our own resources paying for that. Another question. You want to clone voices of real speakers. Are you going to create artificial voices, new voices? No. First, we want to have an offer of at least 3 to 4 voices in 20 languages at the end of a year, and then 39 languages next year. We had a significant experience. If you're interested, I can send it to you. For example, we cloned the voice of Antonio Escotado, fantastic success. But then in the negotiating process, we didn't sign the agreement. We did a demo for Televisión Española. We can clone people and people's voices, but I can only talk about the agreements that we have already signed. We're going to clone voices with the authorization of the family of dead people. But there's always a person behind the voice. You clone the voice of a real person. Once the voice is cloned, what do you do with it? So we upload it to our SaaS platform. I always want to say that we have a technology weapon. It's a very innovative. It's called contract. We have a contract signed with the family members of the voice of the person who's died or the speaker, the real speaker. And then this voice will be used. We will indicate how many minutes this voice has been used for and the content that has been generated with my voice. Of course, what are you going to do with my voice? Yes, we indicate what is the title of the product, but it's true that we have a B2B model. I don't imagine the publishing house using it for their own purposes. A specialist from CSIC, he was a cryptographic expert, said, if you encrypt audio content, this is going to be bad for the original artist. You can use cloned voice or analogic voice, and then you can limit the use, but we only work for companies and for businesses. I'm going to be frank and very honest with you. We're going to certify the platform. With blockchain, we have a blockchain brand, and we have to certify all the audios that we will generate. So if an audio says something horrible things. We will certify the sound, the audio, saying this is ours, and then it will certify it so that it will be not misused.
Strict with the rules, but hey, super good. Thank you very much. You were the last one. He made it. That was quite a few approaches and solutions and etc. So now the winner are going to be announced at 1:45 here after the Zinemaldia Startup Challenge Awards ceremony. So 1:45, 1:45. And it will be for the special mention entrepreneurship, the best European project, the best Spanish project. Everybody will be there, all the jury will be there. And this is the moment also, the last moment you can get in touch also for your next meeting this afternoon. Okay, good. Juries, you have a hard work. We will have a short break. I just need to check, a break was planned until 12:30. Do we add 5 minutes maybe? Yeah, 12:35. 12:35, it's a good compromise, yeah? Okay, good. Bio break, sharp, 12:35 for the AI discussion. Does generative AI help us lead a better life? See you in a sec. Thank you.